Hello everyone, I'm Wazzup. Thanks for helping me reach 100 subscribers. I've already made this video before, but I feel like I can do a better job. So I'll just switch its settings to private video in case something happens to this one. I'm really going to go in depth in this video, so if you aren't willing to take the time to listen to all my reasons, this video is probably not for you. This topic is one that can be hard to comprehend because it's one of the, if not the last things you ever learn in this game. So please leave comments if you are confused or anything else. So, what is Carryover? Carryover is a way to apply damage to the second layer of a version 2.0 COG, regardless of the level. So the first things I want to cover are the ways to apply carryover damage. First, you'll need to use certain gag types. Trap can never apply any carryover, and I'll get to this later. Only Sound, Throw, Squirt, and Drop can apply carryover damage. The reason why this happens is because Trap is the only gag track that damages cogs that cannot use yellow damage or orange damage. Yellow damage occurs when 2 or more Sound, Throw, Squirt, or Drop are used. It does 20% more than the attack initially did. A way to represent this calculation is times 1.2. Orange damage occurs when the cog is hit with a Throw or Squirt gag on a lured cog. This does 50% of the Throw or Squirt damage used. A way to represent this is times 1.5. If they're both mixed together, it will do 70% of the original attack. Another way to represent this is times 1.7. I'll be using that throughout this video. A version 2.0 is pretty much double the cog. Since level 12 has 200 HP, a level 12 version 2.0 has 200 initial health, and the second layer has 200 HP as well. It is always double. When a skill ACOG is revealed, it will appear to be full health even if you had applied carryover damage, unless extra damage of another gag track is used in the same turn. This creates the rapidly fast red blinking light glitch. It will not attack in its first turn after being revealed. In terms of gag order, it goes from tune up to drop or top to bottom, but if multiple of the same gag track are used, they normally go from level 1 gags to level 7 gags. A few gags occasionally don't follow this, however, such as cake sometimes randomly going before a whole cream pie. But for this video, let's just assume that disorder doesn't exist. In terms of red, orange, and yellow damage, it gets displayed in that order. But with carryover, it goes from red to yellow to orange. This is very important and makes lure and carryover worth it. The cog only unlures after the attacks of the same track are finished, so if a cog is lured, then attacked with 3 cakes, it will only unlure once the 3 cakes are finished. So now that we know all this information, we can start using carryover. It uses its calculations based off of segments, so individual gags, not full group attacks. The first gag that officially kills the cog will allow all of the following attacks to do damage to the second layer. This is what carryover is. Now that we know the basics, let's do some calculations. Let's say there is a lured level 11 version 2.0. This cog will have 156 on the first layer and 156 HP on the second layer. Assuming that neither gag here that is used is organic, a cake with a whole cream pie would do 156 to the first layer and 70 to the second because of carryover. I'll explain the reason why this works. A cream is used first and deals 40 damage. This was followed with a cake, which as of now, the level 11, has 16 HP remaining. Next up is the yellow damage. To calculate how much yellow damage a cog would sustain is the red damage times 0.2. A way to already have this added on is 1.2. This calculates the yellow damage already added on. So 140 times 0.2 is 28. 28 yellow damage is what we've now done to the level 11, which happens to be more than 16, therefore it reveals the second layer. But wait! The cog still has orange damage to be applied. This means that the attack will commence and the lure damage will be applied to the second layer. A way to calculate the orange damage is by multiplying 140, which is the total damage by the cream and the cake, by half, or 0.5. This is a total damage of 70, meaning you did 70 damage to the second layer. The cog would be left with 86 health left. You did almost half by just using those gags together. I used a pink slip just to confirm that this actually did the damage it did, leaving it with 86, and it's proved right there. So now you know. To apply Carryover, you need the following. At least Sound, Throw, Squirt, and Drop need to be used. It needs to be yellow or orange damage. If a gag can't do that, it can apply Carryover. And lastly, it goes in the order from red to yellow to orange. Those are the basics to Carryover. Now, I will have a second part showing the great combinations for certain instances and explaining how they work so you can have an easier time remembering these and integrating them into your battle experience.